wanna know? Oh, no, oh, 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 oh. Step into the ring, it's the champion's corner time. Oh, oh, WWE and AEW break it down. We shine from the top rope to the mat. All the action, all the heat. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet. Champions Corner podcast where the real fans meet.
And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we are back. It's the Champions Corner. Welcome in. Come on. We're ready to talk about Raw, NXT, and Dynamite. And look who we got in the building. We got BJ, the professor of wrestling. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, how you doing? I am happy to be here. Glad to join you. Great week in wrestling from All Out, Raw, NXT, Dynamite. Can't wait to get into.
Oh, yeah, boy. It's something every day, ain't it? It's something every day. So we love to talk to you about it.
I told someone the other day, this is probably the greatest era to ever live in wrestling. There is a wrestling show on every day. There is something to talk about constantly. It's just whether or not you like it. Honestly, it's just always something.
You gotta find something you like, whatever brand, company, or whatever. If you don't find out you like, you just don't like wrestling. Period. You just want to be hated on something.
It's just not for you. Maybe wrestling's not for you.
Right. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ron G, your host for today, and we're gonna start it off with Monday Night Raw, and we had a legend come back, man. Iconic, man. Bret the Hitman Hart. Like it's crazy to see him back, back in the building.
Yeah, I love Bret Hart.
Huh?
Bret Hart's always been one of my favorite wrestlers, if not probably my favorite wrestlers, like him and Shawn Michaels. So yeah, see, when I first heard Bret was going to be on the show, I thought he was going to be in the crowd, way to the crowd. I didn't know it was going to be a whole segment, which I can't wait to talk about that segment because Gunther is a beast and just doesn't.
He went in. But I mean, that's what I was going to ask before we even get to the segment. I was going to ask you about your history and love for Bret Hart, but I'm going to get mine off because, growing up, it's like I always respected Bret Hart, but I don't know if he was in my favorites, but as time went on, as me getting older, whatever, my admiration for him just continued to grow. You know what I'm saying? I respect how his moves in the ring, his from his character to his moves to his whole aura. You know what I'm saying? Bret Hart is like it should be like the standard of what you should be as a wrestler, inside and on the mic or whatever it is. I mean, other people might be better than him on the mic either way, but it's just what he represented and what he stood for, and like I said, his matches and how he sold moves and just matches. So many iconic matches from with Stone Cold, with Shawn Michaels, anybody, man. And like I said, my admiration just continues to grow and grow for him. Just so, and the thing with Sami saying he want to be that next Canadian wrestler to be that world champion shows how much of an impact Bret had on not just Canadian wrestlers but everybody. Even though Sami is Canadian, but it showed that, and it just continues to grow for me. The legend of Bret Hart. So, what does he mean to you, man?
Well, I tell you, like I said, Bret Hart. So when I got into wrestling, I started watching, of course, back around 80-something. I probably mentioned before, Brutus Beefcake was actually my first favorite wrestler because he was just the first one I saw. And then there was a Hart Foundation. And I really liked the Hart Foundation, Anvil Neidhart, Bret Hart. And so they just really stood out to me, of course, with the Rockers. Goes back to Shawn Michaels, too. Okay, good. My affection for Bret Hart grew when he went into a singles career. I knew I became a Bret Hart fan after WrestleMania 10. That run that he had to get to WrestleMania, starting from WrestleMania 9, when he was robbed of the belt from Yokozuna that transitioned to Hulk Hogan, which I'll still never understand how that happened. His run to WrestleMania was epic because, of course, he won the Rumble, dual win between him and Luger, where they had the two main events. Bret opened the match against Owen Hart, and that was one of the best matches I had seen because just watching the dynamic of their styles. And plus, you had the whole Survivor Series thing. I can go on all day. But his world title win against Yokozuna, I don't know what it was, but that just solidified him as him being my favorite, especially the gear he was wearing that day. I love his look. I always wish I was a kid in that audience who got his shades. Every time I saw that, I got jealous of every one of those kids. I tell you, hey, I still wish I get those shades.
Yeah.
I thought his promos were really good. When we used to wrestle backyard, all that stuff.
Oh, man, the old days. Good old days.
When I did promos, I was mimicking Bret Hart promos. I remember memorizing that almost word for word just so I could sound like he sounds. He is a consummate professional. All of his matches felt real and legit. I love how he approached every situation. Diesel, Kevin Nash. I still think his best match is against Bret Hart. I want to say that was at Survivor Series. I don't know. He is the excellence of execution. He is the best there is, and he was the best there was. I don't know if it'd be the best ever will be, but I don't see why he couldn't either.
Hey, that probably should be proven. It could be a debate on that, but we'll debate that another day. But like I said, my admiration for him grows, and the Winged Eagle title, I put that with Bret in my mind. The one that Stone Cold won at WrestleMania 14, but he switched it over the next night. They got the new Winged Eagle, but that one he won that night, that title, I put that with Bret Hart. I mean, that's just me.
No,
Me growing up, I put that with Bret, and it just looks so great on Bret, and that's one of the titles I want to get. And like I said, if I get a nameplate, and I know they do really do nameplates, but I would have Bret's nameplate on it. That's how much I put that with him, man. But
no, that's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I've been watching wrestling for a while, so that is Hulk Hogan's belt because he just had it for like 8 damn years. So yeah, I get it. But from his perspective, I can see why it's Bret because that was the title Bret won, and it looked good on him too. It looked better on him than Hogan.
Exactly. But let's get to that segment. He came out, great ovation in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
Love it.
But and talking about Canadian champions, how they fight when they don't duck a challenge. And I think he was speaking on what Sami wants to do if he won the title. But we know who came out there. The ring getter. Gunther. Hey, he gave his praise a little bit, but he had to pull out that line. He had to just sweep the rug from under Bret, saying he's the second best wrestler, or second favorite wrestler behind Bill Goldberg. And the crowd was like, you a lie, Bo. You just trying to get at this man.
I couldn't help but laugh at that moment. That was hilarious to me. Gunther has become such a villain that it didn't even need to be a villain. That was such an underhanded statement. And all Bret could do was sit there and laugh, like, okay, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right. Because ain't no way, Bo. Ain't no way. Because, like, if he said somebody like Shawn Michaels, people would it'll be a debate. But he had to say, like, Goldberg to get that fan reaction, to get that boo. Because, you lying on this one, bro.
That was Bill Goldberg. Gunther couldn't even have a straight face when he was saying it. He was cracking himself up as he was getting ready to deliver that line.
Oh, he was fooling himself for doing it. He know he had that in the chamber. He had to pull it out.
Gunther's probably having the most fun he's ever had wrestling because he just seems to be enjoying himself.
That's what it's about, man. And he's doing great work. Great work with everybody.
He is in the end. He is.
And it's building. They haven't made it official yet, but they really building it up with him and Sami. And Sami came out there, to show love for Bret, and he had the jersey on for the hockey player who sadly passed away. So that was a good tribute to him. And but they had a backstage segment with Sami, and he was like telling how he looked up to Bret and he wants to be, like I said, he wants to be that Canadian champion in place of like a Bret Hart, because
Yeah,
it hasn't been one in a long time like that.
a fighting champion. Yeah, not a Canadian one.
I don't know. Not in WWE. I don't know. I'm
All
trying to think.
right, does Kenny Omega count? Because he
Right,
was
all right. But
the
I
best
mean
in
that's
that.
AEW. That's what I say. That's why I put in that W. It got to be WWE, the WWE champion, world champion, whatever like that.
Yeah,
But he wants to be that guy. You look up people like he looked up to Bret, and that kind of got me behind Sammy a little bit because, like I said, my admiration for Bret, and if you trying to be that and represent what he represented, that's big shoes to fill. But I mean, the fans be behind Sammy like that, and so. But I still don't see him beating Gunther. I don't see it, but the story is kind of catching me. And when they make it official, I'm ready. I'll be ready for that match.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm gonna play some fantasy booking. Not even fantasy booking. So Gunther is ducking Sami Zayn, and this is outside of Gunther's character because Gunther never ducks anyone, right? He always goes for the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you that Gunther doesn't respect the challenge to Sami Zayn because Sami beat him for the Intercontinental title, and Sami had that belt for like what, 2 to 3 months and lost it. Gunther had that belt for over a year. As far as Gunther's concerned, you got lucky with me against the Intercontinental belt. Since then, I haven't lost a match to become world champion. I'm legitimized. You, however, got one lucky night. And then you got a rematch after you lost, which, by the way, I didn't get my rematch against you, but that's not here or there. You lost to Braun Breaker. Why should I even consider giving you a world title shot? Give me one legitimate reason. Again, if I had a cup of coffee, every day, it's only in the big time for a cup of coffee. This is his moment.
Here you go. Here you go. But I mean, he can say all that, but he did beat him.
Okay, you got one.
And Gunther, like he did with Randy Orton, got that win back from people who did. Well, he beat Orton the first time, officially, but he cleaned that up. Now he has to clean this up with Sammy because he got beat at WrestleMania 40, big stage, and you lost. Well, however you want to spin it, you lost.
That's fair.
And Sammy has that over him, and Sammy ain't gonna stop till he get this match. So, I mean, Gunther might as well go and take it. He should be ducking him. He said, "You better than everybody. You saying you the best that ever will be for the Bret Hart. Prove that and beat another Canadian champion. Or he was former kind of champion, not the world champion, but it's Sami Zayn, and clean up who you lost to.
Don't get me wrong. That's fair, and I wouldn't mind it. I would like to see the match. I am expecting Gunther to walk away as the champion, but hopefully be competitive. I don't know. I would like to see. Well, I guess my thing is Gunther ducking Sammy does seem out of character, and I just want to know why. I'm imagining that's the reason why he would say that, but other than that, I really like to know why. If they start having a match because Sammy just gets it, it'd still be kind of weird because, like, why was Gunther ducking him the whole time? Just why?
There's no real reason.
Exactly, right?
You feel like you above him. I mean, get at him.
Take him
Prove
on.
his man.
Yeah, get your win back. Like you mentioned, you beat him on the biggest stage. If you feel as if you were robbed or he got lucky, go get your win back. Legitimize
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that match not official, but another match became official. And Punk and Drew Hell in a Cell. It's weird that Adam Pearce announced it, like be the one announced. I guess he's tired, he gets all frustrated, tired of all this chaos that Drew did last week.
And like he has some authority. Because he has no authority over Raw. He has to do something to make it sound like he has authority.
I guess. But it's a Hell in a Cell match like everybody, predicted or, rumored to be. So will this be their final match between Punk and Drew? Because the story's built up. It suits the Hell in a Cell, but will it be their final match?
So who wins, I guess? I would say this. The answer is no. I don't think it will be, because I think this will still be something you come back to later. I don't think this will go all the way to Mania, but I think it could become a thing maybe after Mania, depending
I see.
on what happens.
I see Seth and Punk at Mania.
Exactly, right? I do too. But what happens after that, I don't know. You could go back to Drew again, but I do see Seth and Punk becoming the actual story, especially after Rumble when everyone's healthy. But I
Yeah.
think it'll be the final match of the year between these two. I'll say that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay. And speaking of Hell in a Cell, I do this with a quick tidbit for Hell in a Cell. Do you have a top? It's been so many Hell in a Cell since they had that pay per view. Do you have like a top 3
3?
Hell in a Cell matches?
I can just tell you that Mankind versus Undertaker, King of the Ring. Okay, I'll give you 3. 97 King of the Ring with Undertaker and Mankind. And I like the match that was Heck in a Sec between Mark Calloway and Mick Foley. That happened sometime, I think, in 1997.
Here you go. I like that match for certain other reasons because,
Yeah.
I'm not a Foley fan. So those spots were great for me to see.
They were sick. Ooh.
So I'll put that in top just for those reasons. But I mean, you always gotta love, like we said last episode we was together on with the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels with Kane debut. But then
Yeah.
the
That's a good one.
Usos versus New Day, Hell in a Cell. I think that
That's
was
a good
one of the most
one.
entertaining ones. And shoot, if I had to give another one, it might be Undertaker and Edge.
I'll be honest with you. Don't know. I never really thought about a favorite Hell in a Cell match. Only because the reason I keep mentioning The Undertaker and Mankind, because that man almost died. I've never seen anything come close to that. Oh, you know what? The multi-man Hell in a Cell that had Kurt Angle that he won. It was Rikishi, I think
Yeah.
Undertaker. Oh, yeah, this one. Undertaker Rock. It was like a 6-man. That is one of my favorites.
Yes, it was. That's one of them too. Yeah, I put that up there too. Definitely.
But isn't End of an Era? Wasn't that in the Hell in a Cell? Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, special guest referee.
Uh-huh.
Okay, those are my 3.
They try to cheat Undertaker like hell on that.
Game was
God, no, Taker still pull that out. I was in the building for that one. That was Mania. Ooh. 28.
Okay. I
was in Miami for that one. I was in that building for that one.
I hear that. Love those 2.
That was
You know
crazy.
what? You can count a women's Hell in a Cell, Sasha and Charlotte.
Yeah, she brings so many good memories when these Hell in a Cell matches, man. You forget about a lot of them. Like I said, since they had that pay-per-view, you forget about a lot of them because it just came every year. It wasn't as special. But now you have a rivalry right here with coming back with Punk and Drew. It built up perfectly for it. This should be the cap off for it. A lot of people thought the strap match should have been it, but Drew kind of poo-pooed on it, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't nothing. Oh, you hit four corners. But, bro, he knocked you out.
Right?
To hit those 4 corners. So don't downplay it. You got knocked out with 5 DTSs.
Right?
So
And
come on, man.
a sharpshooter. So it's like 3 more methods you lost the match.
Right. You lost. You had to win that SummerSlam. You lost this match, and this should be it. If you don't win this, you can't talk no more junk about Punk like that. Because Drew was almost about to go at Wade Barrett. What you thought of?
Okay. Drew feels vindicated in how he feels. He feels as if he should be able to go after Punk. And I can't remember what his reasoning was. I forgot what he said, but he felt as if Wade Barrett got in the way. And the thing is, Wade, you're getting in the way of my business. It's one thing to hold me back to prevent me from doing something, but you're really kind of in my way. So I get it from that standpoint. Drew's blinded by rage.
I mean, that's all it is, because Wade Barrett been tooting Drew horn the whole time.
Yeah.
This whole rivalry.
Really
He's been backing you the whole time, saying Punk shouldn't have been there. He should be suspended, fired, whatever, for interfering in these world title matches. He been, had your back the whole time. Been ready to go out for drinks with you after you you won and everything, and you come at him like that.
Yeah.
That made me think,
Yeah.
does Wade Barrett have another match in him? Or is that something down the line?
Hey,
'Cause I was a
man,
Wade Barrett fan now.
listen, never say never. Anything can happen. People can come back. Look, Edge, Paige, and Bryan Danielson all retired. And here we are, they're wrestling. Well,
Right. But I don't know if Wade Barrett had an injury like that. I don't know. I think he just kind of just stopped wrestling, but I'm not sure.
I don't think.
But yeah, I would like to see that down the line. It'd be nice to see down the line, man.
Yeah, it would be. Ooh, you know what? That could transition. That's how you get Drew out of this feud. You have him fight Wade Barrett for a little bit. I guess. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I mean, like I said, if he's up to do it,
Yeah.
if he's in shape for it, because he's one of the people that you think that did wrestle, that you probably think that could still wrestle. Because for him, it's him, Nick Aldis, and because they looking over AEW, they had Nigel McGuinness wrestling right now.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later when we talk
Yeah,
about
we'll get
Dynamite.
to that later.
But
Yeah.
because I'm a little confused about that situation a little bit.
Yeah.
But it could happen, and it might go to that could be Drew's WrestleMania match. I don't know.
Ooh, against Wade Barrett?
Yeah, because I don't know what. I mean, it's really early prediction on what he could be doing by that time. So much could happen in between that time.
Yeah.
But that could be his WrestleMania match. I mean, who knows?
That's a very possibility. It could be. It could carry over. Because it would be weird to have a Mania without Drew. I feel like he has to do something. So if Seth's fighting Punk, Drew's got to fight somebody. It's got to be a Mania.
Yeah, because Drew been doing too much good work, especially this year, man. He probably wrestler of the year. And he's contention for feud of the year, like we was talking about. So they got to give him something with it, especially at Mania.
You see the Pro Wrestling Insider top 10 wrestlers of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about that, but Drew ain't in that top 10 somehow.
No, he's not in the top 10. Oh,
I don't know how Drew ain't getting in that top 10.
I don't think Moxley had 5 matches this year.
Yeah, but he ain't got the IWGP title.
Oh yeah, that did happen. But that was
Yeah.
Like, well, okay. I don't.
Yeah, he had several defenses, so I think that's what got him in there. But like I said, that'll be probably next episode we talk about that list, run down that list. But that match is official, and a few more matches became official. With somebody who wasn't on the top 10 list, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. That Bad Blood is official.
How you feel about this?
It had to happen now because I feel like if Finn Balor don't win this group continues to look weak. And on what he was saying on Raw, I see where he's coming from, but I still feel like Damian Priest was solid to this man, and he had his back. He came out, to watch his back every time. He had him in his plans. And he tried to help him win the world title last year against Seth Rollins. It wasn't Finn. He wasn't trying to cash in on you.
Well, I don't know.
He was trying to help you.
He did come out there and just kind of pause, and Finn was getting ready to do a coup de Gracie on Seth Rollins, and he just didn't. He's like, "What are you doing?" And Damian's like, "What do you think I'm doing?" I'm like, "I don't know. What are you doing?"
But he shouldn't have been paying attention to him. Just do your move. We trying to help you out. He's just trying to distract Seth, not you. Do what you're supposed to do. Follow your plan.
Yeah, he was.
So I still think that's on Finn Balor, but I can see where he's gonna come from with that. But I still think Damian Priest is solid. But Balor needs to win this match somehow because him or Liv. I'm gonna put that in. That's the other match that was made official. Liv versus Rhea. I don't know if Rhea still be hurt by Bad Blood. Hopefully she be healed up. That leg be healed up.
It will be.
But if they want to if she want to keep her title, she better continue to attack that leg these next few weeks.
I know, right? She needs to stay on it. I don't know. That's kind of my thing, right? Because I feel like if one wins, the other's going to lose between Finn or Liv or vice versa. I don't know. I just feel like Liv needs to win and Finn needs to just get disqualified with Judgment Day to help save face because you're right. Judgment Day looks weak. They need some big wins. They need a big win. The tag team title to me is not a big enough win, especially when you're not defending it.
Exactly. And I feel like they're gonna fight New Day sooner or later. I guess that's coming up. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they're contenders or not, but they gotta fight somebody. They gotta defend against somebody.
Yeah, right. Well, give it to Carlito. Have JD.
It would be good if doggone American Made could get away from the Y6 and go fight them for that.
Oh, well.
But I think it's gonna be the other way around. The Y6 is gonna go after Judgment Day next. And that's gonna be the tag team title match. Or it might go down like that because family, they're about the family thing.
That's a good point.
And Judgment Day has broken up the family and just invited new people in or made a new group. So that might be the Y6 next target.
They're doing War Games. Who is this? Carlito, Dom, JD, Finn versus Damian Priest, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio.
Oh, that's a squad.
Legitimate ties to the Judgment Day thing too.
It could be a Survivor Series, but it wouldn't be War Games because we know who that's for. The ones.
You put your ones up. Put your ones up for the Tribal Chief.
Yes, sir.
Well,
yes, sir.
Who's your Tribal Chief?
Big Roman. What you talking? OTC.
Oh, I had to hear it because I don't know.
Oh, hold on.
Around saying.
I mean, see, we're going on tangents, bro. I feel like Solo is doing great work. I don't care what nobody say. I feel like Solo doing great work. For him to be on the roster, the main roster, as long as he has, it's not been that long.
No.
And he put in this position to be that guy, the main villain on SmackDown. He's doing great work. He's not Roman Reigns, but he's not supposed to be.
Right.
We're not supposed to like him.
That's the thing I think people are missing out on. It's like, yeah, you're supposed to not like this dude. Here's the thing I keep trying to emphasize to someone. He is proclaiming himself to be the Tribal Chief. He has a sub-faction of people who are Tongas. They're not even Samoans. These are Tongas. And they're calling him the Tribal Chief. This is what this is what's making the conflict. This is why it's a good story, and this is why Solo's doing a great job at.
Yeah. And he wants that world title.
Listen.
All right. And they already got tag team titles. But like I said, I'm gonna get back to that on NXT. But
oh yeah, they did make good.
Yeah, but like the team that you put together, that they still have that for a Survivor Series match. Well, I don't know. They might just switch out Jey Uso and Sammy though. That's kind of a snag. That's a snag for me because I think they're gonna be in a bloodline match. So we will got some snags in it.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes.
Well, hold on a second. So I got it. The only reason why I'm not too sure about a bloodline is because we got 2 months, and it's like we still got to bring Jimmy back, and we still got to incorporate Jey, and it just be cramming too much of a story. And I mean, unless they're going to do that, that's fine. But Triple H, he's a slow rice cooker. That guy puts on a storyline 4 years ago, and it's just now getting to a middle of the road climax.
Yeah, he is. But we'll talk about SmackDown on the next show. But Cody and Solo are starting SmackDown, so that leaves a lot of room for the rest of the premiere of SmackDown on USA. So I think Jimmy Roman coming back might happen.
Well, that's the world title match. Okay.
Yeah, the world title starting SmackDown off in the cage. So we're gonna see where it goes. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll see what happens on this Friday on USA.
Yeah. Oh yeah, everybody changing stations now. Everybody changing the station.
Hey man, we got to get to AEW soon because I do want to talk about what they might have actually acquired.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, like we're saying, with the match that's made, Judgment Day has to get at least one of those wins, and then other that's disqualification. That'll be perfect for them. They need the upper hand because Damian and Rhea have been kind of dominating. They didn't got beat down last couple episodes, but they've still been dominating with the wins and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know. Beatdowns are nice, but you need wins.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about somebody who has been with them, who's been helping them out against the Judgment Day. Big Oos, the Mr. Main Event, Jey Uso. Yeah. Yes, sir.
No,
My
dude.
God, he won the Intercontinental title tournament. And like I said, it's bittersweet because I don't feel like he's going to beat Braun,
Ooh.
but I'm always happy to see him get some wins, get a win off. I really thought it would be Dragunov actually
Yeah,
because the last match Dragunov and Braun Breaker had, it was kind of a no contest because I mean they said Dragunov couldn't continue. So how fitting would it have been for Dragunov to win this tournament and get back at Braun Breaker?
exactly. That would have been nice. I gotta admit, I kind of figured Dragunov too because I just didn't want to see Jay in a position where he could possibly lose. But you know what? I am going full on intuition. I am picking Jay to win. I
Whoa.
think Braun Breaker. Listen, you can't have these 50-year reigns for everybody. Someone's got to have a short reign. And I
Yeah.
think Braun Breaker would be the right person because Braun Breaker's history in NXT was he would lose and he'll figure it out, kind of recoup and come back and win. And I'll probably be fine, but I do think Jay's going to get the best of him. And Braun's going to be like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah. It's either that or somebody interferes. And that'll cost, just like they've been doing all Jay's title matches. Like I said, Jimmy cost him most of, Jay would be a
No.
Grand Slam champion if it wasn't for Jimmy.
No. You know what's going to cost him? The Judgment Day. Because he's
I
going
don't
to
think Jimmy
go.
will cost him. I think it will be Judgment Day, yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it going to be the Bloodline? Because I'm going to bleed this into NXT. Look what
Yeah.
happened on NXT. Bloodline interfered, and they said that was with the tag team title match on NXT. That was just for the NXT tag team title between Street Profits, Axiom, and Frazier.
Yeah.
Bloodline beat everybody down, and they showed on social media. Tama Tonga said, "By orders of the tribal chief." But, he whispered it in the camera. I thought he was about to say, "I see dead people." When they kicked Lamar on him, but no, he said about
I didn't hear
yeah,
that.
he did that whisper on him. But he said by orders of the tribal chief. So what other order can their tribal chief Solo put out there? What other orders can he put out there? Would he put it on Jay? Especially depending on what I just said, what may happen on SmackDown with Jimmy may coming back or Roman. So he could, because I don't know when this title match will be. It might be next Raw. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly when the title match is going to be. But depending on what happened on SmackDown, he could order them to get Jay and cost him that title. So it's two options that can mess Jay up: Bloodline or the Judgment Day.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, I guess. Well, damn it, Jay needs a win. Where's he going to get his big win?
That's been the question for a minute, Bo. Because, like I said, he could have been a Grand Slam champion by now, man.
Could have been a world champ, then he called him the champ, tag team champ.
Crazy.
Look, you know what? He needs a big win. Hypothetically, if he were to lose his match against Braun Breaker for whatever reason, and they move on and have him team with Sami Zayn and win the tag team title, that's not going to feel like a big win. Because he's already been an umpteen-time tag champion. That ain't nothing.
Right. He done did that so many times over. I mean, and he won it without his brother with Cody. He's been there, done that.
Seriously. So I just want to see him have his big win. It's almost like going back to NXT, Montez Ford. He needs a big moment. He just needs something. He needs a actual legitimized singles push. Yeah, I'll say it. He needs a singles push.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I watched him and Bianca's reality show, and that was his whole storyline. I want a singles push. That time he went in the Elimination Chamber. That's his whole thing.
Yeah.
And then what happened at the end of that?
Nothing.
Right back with Dawkins at WrestleMania. They got that W in that, showcase match, but he went right back to the Street Profits, and he's still there.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what happened between the Elimination Chamber and him getting back to a tag team, but I just know like Tiffany Stratton, she had a pretty big, fan support? I don't want to say appearance because she didn't do anything great, but the crowd loved her, and she's getting the singles push. She's missed Money in the Bank. Why can't we?
Yeah, but she was never in a tag team, so I mean, they already wanted to push her anyway.
That's fair.
But we're gonna get Street Profits. But I just want to mention one more thing with Raw. I got to mention that out of nowhere tsunami from Bronson Reed. Because Lord, talk about the camera work on that was great because that really came from out of nowhere for me. Him landing on Braun Strowman through a table and that. Bronson Reed got the momentum crazy right now.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Bronson Reed. I love what he's doing at this moment. Love
it, man. So I'm hoping that I wouldn't be mad if he took the Intercontinental title if Jay don't get it.
I wouldn't be surprised either, but you know what? I got to use that moment to emphasize how awful of a GM Adam Pearce is. Let's not forget the reason Bronson Reed even started doing all this because he saw that Braun Breaker did all this and ended up getting an Intercontinental title shot and the title. Bronson went up to Peter, the worst GM ever, and said, "Hey, that's what you got to do. Well, then hold my beer." And he went around destroying everybody.
Hell my beer, boy. He on a rampage, boy. Big Bronson. And
whatever injuries happen, blame Adam Pearce. It's all his fault. Worst GM.
Hey, and are they gonna have a match of Bad Blood, or are they gonna have that match on Raw? I don't know.
Who, Braun and
Bronson and Braun.
Braun and Braun.
Hey, so it's 3 of them on Raw. That draft can happen soon.
Just put all the Brauns in there.
Hey, but I'm trying to see when that match gonna happen. It gotta happen real soon. It might be a Raw because they've been fighting a Raw already. They need to. It might be on there because I'm trying to think about how many matches would be at Bad Blood. I'm trying because you already got the Hell in a Cell, Damian and Balor, Rhea and Liv. What else you got Bad Blood already?
Yet.
That's what I'm surprised about. Yeah. It's in Atlanta. He got to be doing something.
Oh my God! Typing Bad Blood.
That's why I thought they were gonna save the solo match for Bad Blood, but here we are. I don't know. I'm gonna let them cook and see.
You gotta have something for the people to tune in for SmackDown to see.
Oh, I think it's gonna be the U.S. title match. Whoever wins out of Carmelo and Andrade might face LA Knight, so that might be at Bad Blood too. I'm not sure. And then Nia might defend her title against Bayley again, maybe.
3 matches. It's just to Liv and Rhea, Damian and Finn Balor, CM Punk and Drew. CM Punk and Drew is scheduled the main event.
Oh wow, that's what I'm saying. What? It's in Atlanta. Cody got to do something,
right? Cody's in the advertisements with Metro.
Yeah, Metro Boomin wants some more. Okay. Yeah. But yeah. So we're gonna see how I build up. Like I said, I'm gonna let WWE cook because they've been doing a great job every pay-per-view. Like I said, and they ain't gonna put too many matches on the show, which is what I like. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of matches are building up. I'm trying to see where they gonna place them. Yeah, and with Raw going down to 2 hours in October, that's another big thing. What do you think about them going back to 2 hours for the rest of this year? I don't know if they had to be on Netflix, but it's going back 2 hours starting October.
I like it. I like the 2 hours because the 3 hours, I tell you, that third hour can feel like a chore, even if unless it's a really entertaining Raw. But I don't know. It'll be interesting. It is at 10 o'clock. I'll be fine with that. Sometimes I got to get up early, so at least I get to bed on time. Yeah. But on top of that, if it goes to Netflix, I'm just going to say it. I'm imagining that the time span is going to be between 2 hours and 30 minutes to maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. They're not going to go back to 3 hours, but they're going to be playing around with that time.
Yeah, I mean, you're on Netflix. I feel like they get all the time they want. And then, I don't know how, like I said, they're going to do ads and stuff in between or vignettes or whatever they want to do. And so that's why it's so interesting how it's going to play out. And I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready to see how they do it. You know that bill from Netflix keep raising up, boy. So that's where that fee for Netflix. So
That's
we're
it.
gonna see how it goes.
I don't even have Netflix. I have someone else's Netflix, so we'll see how it plans out.
Hey, that's the way to go sometime, boy. I swear.
Share the movie.
It keep rising. But
Exactly.
my only thing about I'm thinking about is like people getting their TV time that they would get with 3 hours. Will they
Yeah.
get it? Go if they going back to 2 hours?
Yeah, so no
And it's
pure
and it,
fusion collective.
huh?
No pure fusion collective. They're gone. Take them out. I love them. I really do. But we got a 2 hour show now. So you guys go to main event.
Ah man. Well, do they? I gotta see. Are they gonna switch it from Raw being 3 hours to SmackDown being 3 hours since it's on USA now?
Staying two.
Think stand too.
I would imagine staying two. I don't know. Don't put the extra hour. If you don't need the extra hour, give the extra hour back to Raw. Because at least it's something you're used to. And SmackDown already, I don't know about you, but for the past couple of weeks, SmackDown hasn't been the most interesting of shows. Don't give them the third hour, because that's just going to make it worse.
It will because I think I've been saying this before. Cody is running out of opponents quick.
Fast. Yeah.
Kevin Owens was just thrown in there. That's him just put together right there. So now you're going back to Solo with it. And so who you got after that? I mean, there's Randy Orton come back, of course, but we thinking that's going to be the Mania. So I'm trying to see how it's going to play out.
Well,
That's why I say it need to be a draft sooner than later, man. Because Cody needs opponents.
he does. I don't. So wait a minute. You had him defending the world title against Randy Orton at Mania?
I would think so. It's hard to say because everybody keep thinking, we're thinking about Rock. Rock said when he comes back, he coming for Cody. And so when is that going to happen? Is that going to be at Mania or is that going to be? I mean, I don't know. Where else could that happen other than Mania?
Saudi Arabia.
But everybody thinks Rock going to face Roman. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's just
I don't
ain't
know.
no telling.
Because a part of me was like, Roman may fight Solo, but then it's like Rock may fight Cody. However, Mania, I think you will try to do the Rock Roman at Mania since they tried it this year. But Rock did say he was coming back for the title. I don't know. I really don't know.
You got options. I mean, like I said, all these PLEs are big, so you might could pull it off at another show. But for Rock, I feel like mostly where he's coming back is for Mania,
Yeah,
the Mania season. So I mean, we will see. But yeah, but Raw was great. But let's get over to NXT, and we was talking about them Street Profits. They had a great match going with Axiom and Frazier, back and forth. We thought they was gonna get that dub and get that and be new NXT Tag Team Champions, but by orders of a Tribal Chief, Solo sent them Bloodline boys, and they went through both teams. So what do you think that's about?
What are they going down there to try to get the tag titles? What are they trying to be like the Usos were and try to have two tag titles to prove a point?
Ooh, yeah. But I mean, they've been beefing with the Street Profits, but it's like they beat them already. Why you go to NXT to mess with them too?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, if they want them tag titles, they could take them. Because Tonga Loa was saying, if you ain't Bloodline, you ain't nobody.
Well, honestly, that's still a line to use because they are the biggest story in WWE outside of Judgment Day. But I mean, that's the only thing I can imagine they went to NXT to do, to not only keep the Street Profits in their place, but I guess also like hang their hats on, like, you know what, we got our eyes on other gold too. I don't care if it's another show.
Right. This is their world for what they say. It's their world.
Yeah, we're just living in it.
But I mean, but on SmackDown, they got to get some get back off of that because come on, they got to get Street Profits something. If they ain't gonna have them taking the titles, I mean, what you doing with these teams?
Oh, they're gonna go back.
Bloodline dominating every title, besides the US. They're trying to dominate every title. You got to give these other teams something. So would the Bloodline lose those titles so they can have a good tag team title division? Do they need to lose those titles?
No, they just need a good tag team division. So let me ask you this. Who are the top tag teams, and you can't say New Day?
It got to be who had them last. DIY's right there. American Made. Free Brothers. Street Profits right there. I mean, the other tag team champions, but if you don't count them, you gonna put who gonna like I said, you're gonna fight them. The Wyatt Six could be in there to fight them.
Deadly.
They are a good team, but they haven't been taken seriously since they got to the main roster. So they haven't shown them being built up to be a tag team champions. They talking about they musical for the past month or two or whatever it is. So they're a good team, but they haven't been positioned that way.
The musical thing is losing me. They need something to do. Because right now they're either doing a whole musical or they're being like Tiffany Stratton lackeys. And neither one is a good look for them.
Yeah, but that or they could make a makeshift team like they've done time and time again. Jey Uso and Damian, Jey Uso and Sami.
Yeah.
If the Bloodline, if the Usos get back together, guess what they gonna go for?
Carmelo and Andrade. Because that's what they do.
If they can barely hatch it, they can. Right. We can't respect in these. That's what a lot of things that happen. They have these 3 out of 5 matches, but respect is gained throughout those matches, and so they team up.
Yeah, and then become a whole new thing. That's what the whole bar was.
Right, that's what happened with them. So they can have teams. A-Town Down Under. Even though they've been having, whenever that's going to blow up. I don't know when that's going to blow up, but we'll see.
It's been too long.
Yeah. But there are teams there. But Bloodline is so dominant. And Judgment Day, the two biggest factions in WWE right now, Bloodline and Judgment Day. So we can see where it goes. But
fair.
I'm waiting to see SmackDown so they see if the Prophets try to get back at them or they just gonna take that or wait till next NXT. I don't know. But they're a SmackDown team, so I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of waiting to see what will happen too. Because of that attack, I'll imagine that the Bloodline Street Profits feud is not over. Because I mean, why else would you attack them? And if the Street Profits take this and walk away like it never happened, I mean, I don't even know what to tell you.
Ain't no way, because you can't go all the way to another brand and just attack me. Come on now.
Don't tell me the Lannisters send their regards. No, we coming back for revenge.
It's not what you says regard, boy. But talk about a hit. Oba Femi got a hit put out on him by Tony D'Angelo, and we didn't know who it was. I thought it was gonna be Omos for some reason.
No, that's fair. Yeah,
I had a feeling it was gonna be Omos, but it was Hammerstone from TNA. I don't know a lot about Hammerstone, but he's a jacked up guy. He gave Oba Femi a fight.
This was pretty cool. I like this guy. I used to watch him when he was in MLW. That's where Brian Pillman came from, and even MJF. If you want to be that far back, he's not. I think he was in the NWA. He's not a bad wrestler. I'm not gonna act like I'm a huge fan of his, but he can do the job. He can come in. He can put on a good show. He's a good wrestler.
Yeah, and Tony D'Angelo lost his money because he was so mad after Oba Femi got that win. So I'm trying to see what that's building up to. Are they gonna have another match when the CW come around? Tony D and Oba. Because I don't see who else Oba fight.
This goes back to what you said last week. No, but it's like what you said last week. It's like they're telling the story backwards. It's like they did their match, and now we're going through the henchmen before we get to Tony. That's like playing Mortal Kombat. You fight the final boss, and then all of a sudden you got to go through the pillars. Like
right, we're going down the pillars.
Hey, just to run back into the same final boss. Like, what are we doing here?
Right. Like, just take your loss and move on, bro.
Seriously, I kind of wish you would, honestly. Nothing against Tony D'Angelo. I'm ready. I want to see Uma Femi do something else besides this.
Right. But he wasn't the only one that was attacked. There's a lot of people getting attacked on NXT this week. Because Jordan Gracie got attacked, and Chase U got beat up. Chase U, all
Again.
them got beat up. Because I'm
Another
still
bad GM.
trying. I don't know if he explained it, but Ridge Holland, he got a chip on his shoulder. Like Chase U done did something to him. They trying to help him out and let him be a part of the group, but he just he taking them all out.
He is not having it. Oh, but I don't know. You're right with these open attacks. I do feel again, this is just another bad GM not able to handle the locker room and protect the participants who are under contract in your brand. How come more GMs can't be like Nick Aldis?
I mean, Ava's young. I mean, she trying her best.
Look, you got the job, do the job. All right.
But I mean, it's a lot of matches building up because, like I was saying, with Jordan Grace got attacked by Wendy Chu, and what's her name, Rosemary from TNA. I'm trying to figure out their group, man. They doing a little spooky thing. It was had a little vignette of beating down the dollhouse, breaking up the dollhouse, having a little creepy moments. Rosemary look creepy every time I see her. I was like, Lord.
I know, right?
Whoever do Wendy Chu makeup, whoever do Rosemary makeup needs to do Wendy Chu makeup. Cause like I said, Wendy Chu makeup look like a last minute Halloween thing. But that Rosemary, she look creepy. She look like I don't want to be around you. Walk that way. That's what Rosemary looks like. Like, come on, man.
You're not even out of the street away from them.
Yeah.
Nah, you're right about how it looks like.
So it's a lot of attacks happening. And Miss Parker was ready for an attack, and she had her back in the parking lot the whole episode. And she was ready for the team that attacked her last week. So, and that parking lot of NXT is dangerous place. Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't think he beat. I think his last match. Danielson fighting Joe Gacy.
That's right.
Yeah, I think he won.
Like getting splashed in the trap.
Oh yeah. So that parking lot is a dangerous place. But other than we had on NXT, we had Julia's debut match against Chelsea Green.
Oh yeah.
She's really intriguing to me, Bo.
How do you feel about it? Oh, you like
she's
her?
Really,
you find her intriguing and interesting?
Oh yeah, I think she. As much as I like Rock, I was saying before, I like Roxanne Perez. I don't see her let's see shenanigans happen. I don't think she's gonna beat Julia, man. I think they're ready for Roxanne to move up and Julia to take over this women's division because they've been looking for who could take it over, and I think Julia's already seasoned wrestler, and I think she got to get acclimated to WWE style a little bit, but I think she's gonna be ready. I'm already intrigued with her. The fans. Well, I mean, the fans of NXT are always hype for everybody, but they're gonna hype everybody up. But I think they're ready for her to take that title, man. And that's gonna be a great match to see.
I hear what you're saying, and you're absolutely right that the fans are probably ready. If Julia and Roxanne have a match for the title, I don't think Julia's going to win that first bout. Well, let me just put it like this, because I don't want to explain how it's going to play out. Let me just give you my reason. NXT's moving to the CW. Nothing is changing significantly until this move is concrete, and we're on like 5 episodes in at least.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the episode they're fighting on. That's what they're fighting. The first episode, I think, is in. I think they're going on the road for that one, so that's what they're fighting.
See her losing it on. I don't know. Anything could happen, though. Not gonna say it's impossible.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
And they might want a big, because if it's not gonna be her, it's gonna be Ethan Page. Somebody, I think it has to be a title for that big show, and they have a big arena, but they're gonna be out of Orlando. It's a big move, a big show. A title change has to happen, I feel like. So it's going to be her or Ethan Page losing to Trick Williams. Because Trick Williams won the last man standing match against Pete Dunne.
He did.
And that spot at the end was crazy, bro. They fell off that scaffold and right through the table. And Ethan Page was going hard for Pete Dunne to get up, but he tried to attack Trick Williams, and Trick tossed him into the table. And got the W off of that, and became the last man standing winner. Wow. So when those titles changing hands, man, I'll be happy with this Trick. Trick gets the belt.
I feel more confident in Trick getting the belt. I feel more confident of them. I was genuinely surprised that Ethan Page won the belt in the first place. And I feel like this
Yeah,
was a means for Trick to win it on that debut episode.
yeah. I think that's what it should be. 'Cause I still don't know what's his name got from keeping Trick from getting that win. What's his name?
Sean Spears?
Yeah, like what was you doing? I'm still
Yeah,
mad about that a little bit.
I
But
swear he either was intentionally trying to cost the match or just was not fully paying attention. Lacking ring awareness.
yeah, and I ain't really seen him much since. So you ain't getting nothing from that, bro.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah, he ain't really getting nothing much from him. So I'm hoping this Trick get his second title reign, and I wouldn't be mad if Roxy keeps the belt. Because like I said, Julia is so intriguing to me. But if they can stretch that feud out, I would like that.
That's what I'm thinking. They're gonna stretch it out.
Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot happening on NXT. It's getting crazy. Like I said, with these TNA wrestlers coming in and out,
Crossing over.
and the wrestlers of NXT rapidly getting real good on this roster. Uh, we got a great show, especially if they going to be on the road from now on.
Which I love how NXT's playing out. It's starting to feel like more of its own brand, not so much like developmental, although it is still developmental. Bringing in
Yeah.
the team stars is really shaking things up. One thing you want to mention is the Knockouts World Title match they had between Jordan Grace and Sol Ruka. That wasn't too bad.
Oh yeah, Saruka is great, man. She's doing great things too.
She is really good. I'm just fascinated that they're doing title defenses of belts not even in the company on WWE Network. I know AEW does this a lot. It's just fascinating to see WWE work with TNA in this fashion.
Yeah, I think it's been great so far.
Yeah.
Like I said, a TNA star may get a WWE belt before the year's over. I feel like it will happen, or vice versa.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Especially an X Division title.
Yeah. Because I mean, it would be nice. Wesley got that.
That's what I'm thinking.
With that feud still going on, that'd be cool. But you mentioned AEW, so we're gonna scoot over to AEW and hit the Dynamite, hit that all out fallout.
Real
Because
quick, before we get fully into AEW, just want to mention so we talk about these shows going to networks and 2-hour shifts and Netflix and CW. AEW has a new show coming up. I think it's a show called Shockwave. I don't know if you heard about this. And it may be debuting on Fox.
what?
Yeah, possibly taking the Smackdown spot.
Yo, if they pull that off, you talking like weekly?
Yes. They have a new thing that Tony Khan was talking about called Shockwave. They got the copyright. It's not official. Sean Ross Sapp had reported that this could be a Fox-based show. So it's still all up in the air, but AEW does have a new deal with Warner Brother Discovery. So they may even be streaming soon on HBO Max. But I don't know. 2025 may end pretty normal, but going into 2025 is looking pretty good for AEW, considering that they may get a new show and a new deal.
Wow. Well, they better cancel one of them other shows, Rampage or Collision. One of them.
If they get this Fox show, I say cancel both of them.
Yeah, you don't need that. Nah, unless you do that, that's what your live show is going to be the name, Rampage or Collision.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people like Collision though, but Rampage could go.
Rampage is filler. Rampage is an hour long with 3 matches, and if you like wrestling, that's fine. It's just I like to have a little story with my wrestling.
Yeah, but
No, so I like the matches.
like I said, but that dang, I think about that. If they get that would be wow. And cause I heard some rumors of something gonna happen, but I just waiting to see an announcement. So, but if that's it, woo.
Yeah, I mean,
Tony makes some moves. Both companies making moves, man. So
the best era.
Somebody else, yeah, but somebody who else made a crazy move at All Out, John Moxley.
Ooh.
What? First off, what did you even think about what happened to Bryan Danielson, man. What he did to Bryan Danielson. What did you think about that?
So I thought it was a bit much. I get the shock value. I just thought it was a bit much. Like you're trying to kill a man. I don't
Right?
get
Yeah, dog.
like that's the thing I don't get. What is the end game of all this as far as I know what the end game is. It's just I thought it was a bit much trying to strangle the man out with a plastic bag and beating him. Moxley did explain himself on Dynamite at least. He
Yeah.
said that Bryan Danielson tries to do too much diplomacy and he doesn't like the diplomacy, so they're doing their own thing. How do you feel about Moxley demanding Darby give him the world title shot?
And think of that's why he wanted to talk to Darby. I mean, it slipped in my mind. It slipped in my mind late.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
Yeah.
Because I already knew Darby had the title shot, but I didn't know what Moxley's motives were right now at this point. So I was like, it wasn't on my mind. But later, like I said, I mean, yeah, that had to be it. Especially after what he did to Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
So that really hit my mind then. That's what we want to talk to Darby about. But and it's like he on a time schedule. Like it has to happen now because you couldn't wait till after see who wins out of Darby and Danielson. You can't wait to see after what happens out of that. So it's like he on a time schedule. Like something has to happen now. I got to get something. We're making changes right now. So and then what he said in the vignette, the start of the show, he's saying I didn't want to do that, but I got to do it has to be done. So I had to be the one to do it. And so, and he's like he's going too far with it. But like I said, Bryan Danielson doesn't have that vision that they have, and he had to leave him behind. And I'm guessing they're leaving you behind, Willing you behind too.
Well, he's like the trios champion, so it's kind of a weird dynamic.
Yeah, that's what I was like. So you just gonna take the belt off of him? How y'all gonna play this out? Or y'all just gonna convince Yuta to do this, or what?
Here's my thing that's confusing. Danielson is hurt because of what happened at All Out.
Yeah.
So Moxley is demanding that Darby give him the title shot because he feels that Darby's not ready to wrestle for the title. He's just not in that position, and he's going to beat the crap out of him to prove it. Nigel McGuinness gets to fight Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam. All this is happening at Grand Slam. I guess my problem is, wait a minute, is Darby not fighting Danielson at Grand Slam? Why doesn't Moxley just go straight to Danielson and demand a title match instead of going around? Just ask Bryan Danielson, give me the match. I beat you up. How about you fight me for the title to get your revenge back?
Oh, add him to the match. I mean, but that really has to be a one-on-one type thing. It's convoluted a little bit because, and that's one of my second point for Dynamite is like, Danielson just went through all this All Out, had this happen to him. But he has like 4 people still gunning for him, don't care what happened. I mean, the only person that cares is Darby.
Yeah.
And he's one of the 4 people, but other 3 people are Moxley, Nigel McGuinness, and Christian.
Oh yeah, Christian. Yeah, I forgot about him.
And so all the people are still gunning for you, even though you don't even know if he cleared I guess he's cleared to wrestle because he's fighting Nigel McGuinness. But how can you fight Nigel and you can't fight Darby?
So I don't know. That's the thing. That's the thing I don't understand because
I'm confused. That's something confusing me.
Because even if he's not cleared to wrestle, why would Tony Khan sign off on him wrestling? The whole thing is that, listen, I'm a fan of Bryan Danielson, but sometimes you just got to have it make sense. That's all I'm asking. Just make it make sense. Why are these people fighting in this time frame that they're fighting in? I guess is all I'm trying to do.
All right. It's like everything got to happen. Y'all got all these ideas and they got to happen right now. Yeah. Stretch it out, bro. You got time. You got all these shows.
I saw somewhere where the theory is that Nigel is challenging Bryan Danielson in hopes that Danielson doesn't show up so Nigel can just get the win. But if Danielson shows up and he shows up hurt, it's going to explain why it's a competitive match. And that's fine. I like the notion of Nigel McGuinness versus Bryan Danielson because I love Nigel on commentary. He's always taking a dig at Danielson, and I find it hilarious. So them wrestling, I'm fine with. I just kind of feel like it could have been better put together.
Very much so, because I don't know exactly the whole history of him and Danielson, Ring of Honor, and all that stuff. I get it, it's there, and I've heard about it multiple times.
Yeah.
But this could have waited.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything that have to happen at Wrestle Dream. Let Darby get his shot. Moxley, you could wait. I don't know what you got planned, but it seems like you on a time frame. So I get you. You want to talk to Darby, and I love the exchange between them two, talking about their history. And Darby saying, "Oh, I used to respect you until what you did at All Out, because All Out was what he did. All Out was crazy. I get it. Some people was into it because it's been done before by Terry Funk back in the day, but was it worth it to even do it back then?
Is it necessary, right?
Is it necessary now?
No.
No. And going from as another part of that whole turn on him, I kind of agree with her on Busted Open. You see the look on Danielson's face when Claudio hit him.
Yeah.
With an uppercut. He didn't even sell that. It seemed like he just got pushed or something.
Yeah.
So like he didn't even sell. You just went to a Gula match and you didn't even sell an uppercut from Claudio, who's a master of the uppercut.
Yeah, especially the European uppercut. That's his whole thing.
Yeah,
he wasn't even in on it. Like it's all like, well, what are we doing? Was we supposed to be doing this? I don't know. I also feel like with Moxley's new vision, shouldn't he be gunning for the Bucks and the Elite?
That's what I said. I don't know who he's affiliated with.
Shane.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Lord.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I'll wait and see what that. I'm not hyped. I'm being intrigued to see what happens, but I'm not hyped to see. I'm not hyped for it right now until I just see what they got going.
I'm intrigued.
But
yeah,
I just feel like they try to do so much at one time, and it's just kind of throwing me off. I'm interested, but it's kind of throwing me off because they're trying to do so much at the same time.
No,
and they could wait because they got enough shows where they could to build up to, and they could wait on it. But I mean, I'll see we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Oh shit! That gauntlet match was 30 minutes. So they did your favorite match type, the Casino Gauntlet Battle Royal Rumble presented by KFC Chicken Fest 9780. Okay, they did this match for the tag title. I honestly don't even understand how this was supposed to work in that kind of concept. But hey, Fletcher and Will Ospreay, who never seems to lose one. Good decision.
Yeah, I was surprised him and Fletcher got the victory at the end, but yeah, I don't know, man, because I didn't see him even being in this match at all. I get him and Fletcher, was a team and whatnot, but this came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
for them to get this title shot. I thought he was leading up to the match with Ricochet, but I know Ricochet. He said Ricochet got some wins first and whatnot, so he could build up to a match with him for the international title. But you a single star. Like, what are we doing here? And I can't see you winning the tag team titles for Fletcher. Like, I can't say I can't see him winning, but it just came out of nowhere with that.
It was a little different. I mean, I'm looking at the groups that were in this, and I'm not exactly sure who could have won. That wouldn't have been FTR. Because you had Kingdom, Top Flight, The Righteous. I didn't know The Righteous. I didn't even see The Righteous. The Acclaim, Grizzled Young Veterans, Eminem. Nothing. What's that?
I figured the Grizzled Young Veterans going to win. That's what I was thinking about, yeah.
So
because what they did at All In.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not feeling the Grizzly Young Veterans. I don't like this team. I don't think they're that good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't like their ring psychology. I don't like their look. I don't like their name. I don't like the way they talk. This group is not doing it for me. Maybe they need more time, but as they stand right now, I do not care for these old grizzled veterans.
I just thought that because of what they did at All In, because I thought that would be a follow-up to what they did. But here we are. Everybody loves Ospreay and Fletcher by association, I think.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a great match because Osprey ain't gonna have no bad match,
that's fair.
and the Bucks are gonna always perform and do their spots.
That's how
So
I want it
it's gonna be a good match at Wrestle Dream, but it just odd. Like odd winner for that. I don't know.
What's happening at Wrestle Dream?
As I said, yeah, I think it's happening at Wrestle Dream. They building up that show. When is Wrestle Dream
I
really?
think it's Wrestle Dream because Wrestle Dream was around this year time last year, I
Yeah,
think.
it's gonna be in New York. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking
off
up
of
right
Ash City, where they always have it.
October the 12th. Yeah, it is going to be a Wrestle Dream. Yeah,
Okay, October
that's right.
12th. So they got some time to build it up. It ain't a 2-week turnaround this time.
Okay, okay. That'd be interesting. Wrestle Dream wasn't bad. I think last year. Was it last year? Was it last year? The first year they had Wrestle Dream? It was because that's
Nah,
when they had one of the greatest matches.
oh yeah. But another controversy that happened at All Out was the Hangman and Swerve match, cage match.
Yeah,
And now, like we was talking before this, I ain't gonna lie, man, that was hard to watch, bro. That was hard to
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
From the cinder block to the needle to that
Yes,
last chair shot. I was
yes.
like, oh boy. A lot of people defending it, but like I said, I think it's a split crowd on what people felt about this match. Because ain't no way you can make a cinder block spot safe.
No,
And the needle thing, not
not
everybody gonna
really.
want to see that.
No, because I'm not big on. I hate needles, so no.
Yeah. And you can turn off casual fans with these type of things. And I think a lot of people will like it, and they like the hardcore, garbage wrestling style. It's cool. Like I ain't got too much of a problem with it, but it just, it was a lot with that one.
You said the right phrase. Garbage wrestling. I am not a fan of a lot of this stuff. That's not to say it's a bad match. It was still a good match. That's just like the Texas Death Match. It's a good match. However, these are matches I never really need to see again. I don't need to see. I am not into the CZW over hardcore extreme stuff. I'm just not. The cinder block, that looked bad. Especially when didn't Swerve get power bombed on it? Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the needle, the headshot. Here's my thing with the headshot with the chair. We know concussions exist. We have people, Nigel McGuinness, he's coming back wrestling. The man suffered from concussions. There's a reason Corey Graves can't wrestle. It has to do with concussions. This is not about we want to take away your fun. I feel as if taking away headshots like that is trying to preserve the wrestler so we can see them perform for ages instead of having these short-lived careers because their brains are all screwed up.
Yeah, and that's something who defended. Even Swerve was saying he put in like a Instagram reel or whatever. Go where others won't go.
Oh,
I
that's
get what you're saying, bro. And like I said, you one of my favorite wrestlers right now. But it's just you got to protect you. You got to protect your person you're in the ring with. You got to protect the brand.
right.
And I listen to Busted Open, bro. I had Ricky Morton on there talking about it, and boy, it touched something to me because like he was saying a lot of my life, I don't know, I forget things. I forget what's going on. Even I'm having a conversation, I might forget what I'm talking about. I don't do a lot of interviews because I might, like I said, forget what's going on or forget or this and that. But I do it for this business. I still love this business. But these concussions are real. It has shortened careers, and we want you to have a long, healthy career. We want to see you. We enjoy AEW. We enjoy your matches. You are a top star. We want to keep you at being that top star and being in this company. We want you out for these type of things. We get what you're trying to do and have shock value and show that you can go to those extremes and go where others won't go and do what others can't do. But we want you going to be able to continue to do regular things in your life.
Yeah, like remember stuff, walk correctly.
Right. And it's a sad thing and people can't do that in their life. It's a struggle. and their spouses got to be there to support that, or people around them got to try to understand that because of what they've been through.
Yeah.
And that's tough. And we don't want you to be one of those people, because we paved, like he was saying, we paved the way for you to be better and do things a different way. And you have the talent to do so.
Mick Foley fell through a cage so that way no one else would have to do that. All right? That was the whole point. Just shock value, but you ain't got to sit here and top it. Look, Hangman and Swerve can have a last man standing match and take away all the weapons, and it can still have the same effect.
And more people gonna watch it.
Exactly, right? It's like you don't always have to go to, and I get the concept of going the extreme because you hate this man, you almost want to kill him. And I guess that's my thing. It's like, okay, AEW, to really push this envelope, you really got to go borderline murder. Are they going to go borderline murder to try to prove a point in the proper rating? That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, they try to do it with killing off Vince McMahon, and that blew up in their face, literally and figuratively.
They had to turn that off quick.
Right?
They had to turn that storyline quick the next day.
Because real life situations that, oh, guess what? It involves CTE. Funny how we come back to that story.
Wow, yeah. Ooh.
So it's like, you got to be careful, man. It's the long game. Don't just sit here and try to live in that moment. You're in a company that you're trying to keep forever. 5 years is impressive. 6 years is impressive too. But guess what? TNA been around for 20 years. Ain't nobody giving them credit for that. But they have been.
Right. And they ain't going away.
Exactly. I want AEW to be the same, but I also want them to be, clean and good.
Right.
And not
and Swerve. Right. And Swerve is one of your new top stars, and hopefully he leads you into the future with guys like Ospreay, with the Hangman, who's arguably one of the most interesting characters in AEW history from the start.
He is. He really is. He's one of my favorites.
All the ups and downs he's had. He's probably one of the most interesting characters they had. And we're been telling the best stories of AEW with Hangman Page. So we want to keep those type of guys around who's telling those stories, and that's what we come here for. Great wrestling, of course, but story has to build up to that great wrestling, those great wrestling matches. Exactly. And he's one of the best you've had all in these 5 years. And Swerve is being one of those. And like I said, Ospreay and MJF, all these characters. And we want to keep those guys around. And now you're going to have two of those guys I just named, MJF and Swerve, going to have some time out. Yeah. So you got to have others to be able to carry that torch for them in this time.
I guess you got Jack Perry.
Yeah. And he's been way better. I've said before on the show, I didn't like how Jack Perry story started with the scapegoat thing, but he has proven himself to be a great star in this company since then.
Okay. All right.
I believe.
I'm glad to hear someone say that. You want to get me to say it.
I like it. But Hangman said on Dynamite he has no regrets. If Swerve had 1,000 houses, he would be able to burn down 1,000 houses. So the firemen need to be on watch for him. But either way.
Look, I love the consistency, though. At least he's like, listen, I ain't sorry. The only thing I'm sorry about is that I didn't kill him. That's basically all I kind of get from all of this.
And that's crazy. But they spreading that story throughout the locker room because he's walking backstage and everybody looking at him like, man, what's going on with you, bro? Like, you have changed drastically. Like, I don't even know who I'm looking at, bro.
You know what? Even still, I am not going to sit here and take this. Hangman is somewhat justified, though, because Swerve was stalking him. He broke into his house. He was hovering over his child, talking about how he's going to beat up Hangman. Heck, he stapled pictures on Hangman. Like, I don't know. I get the.
Swerve did his dirt. We ain't discounting that.
No.
But he just went. We took the man grills out, put that needle in him, made him numb. That was just crazy, bro. Like I said, it was a little hard to watch, bro.
Man, the
And that
Texas
last
death
chair,
match was
even
drinking each other's blood.
yeah, and
Oh,
even with that chair shot, they had to back the camera out,
oh
so
yeah,
you
yeah.
they didn't even want to do a close up of that.
That was on pay per
Look
view.
how crazy that was. Even that sound.
Look, they had to censor it to a degree for pay per view. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, that and the dancing thing. Dancing thing. They didn't even want to put that on social media no more. They took that off.
Yeah, because
There's some other people showing it.
yeah.
They didn't want to put. I don't know if they did that with him with that chair shot too, but
No, you can't find it. And that's my thing, right? I guess that's the thing about AEW. You have these big moments, but these big moments are so extreme that they can't even be watched because people have to physically look for it. You already have a casual fan base that won't even look up half of the wrestlers you bring in from CMLL and all that. Why are
yeah,
you making it more difficult for people to try to enjoy your program?
right.
Just make it.
But hey, I mean, like I said, it's getting buzz. So I guess that may be what they're looking for: the buzz and the talk about us, controversy or not, talk about us.
That's fair.
So
That's fair. That's fair. Just does it turn into ratings? I don't know. I'm not playing that game. I don't know anything about the game, so I'm not even gonna make that question.
yeah, but hey, man, he got in a scuffle with Jeff Jarrett.
Oh yeah,
And so I don't know. That's leading to something else with that because he has started to talk to Doctor Order and a few other people. Top Flight was out there looking at him, and he started talking to Jeff Jarrett saying, "Hey, you gonna pay for what you did? You put your hands on my wife," and then hey man, just kind of beat him down a little bit.
can I take a moment and just I want to give Jeff Jarrett a little bit of flowers here. Never been a Jeff Jarrett fan. Never been a Jeff Jarrett. Never been a Jeff Jarrett fan. Can't say
That's funny. That's funny to say back to back. I'm gonna give Jeff Jarrett his flowers, but I've never been a fan.
never been a fan. But I want to give his flowers because Jeff Jarrett has been in this business for I don't know how long. He made a name for himself in WCW, WWF. He utilized money that he had gotten from Vince McMahon to start up TNA. So he made himself a star there. Now he's in AEW being somewhat of a big enough star in his own right. I don't know, man. Jeff Jarrett does embody wrestling, like especially Southern style wrestling. I can't really explain it, but yeah, the guy is a Hall of Famer. Like you
Oh
talk
yeah,
about wrestling, you can't talk about wrestling without mentioning Jeff Jarrett somewhere in there. It seems like.
yeah. He's a survivor.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, and like I said, from what I heard before, he's just a charismatic guy. He know how to get his way in the thing.
Yeah,
He gonna find his way in the spotlight somewhere.
that is true.
If he can't get it in a mainstay company, he made it himself.
And the thing is, he's
So
not like the main guy, but he's always been a pretty important guy to some degree.
yeah, yeah. So you gotta respect him.
Yeah, definitely respect him. Definitely respect him. Just never been a fan
Oh
of him.
yeah,
Can't say that enough.
yep. But I mean, but it's a lot of stuff going on like with Okada for building up to fight. I guess I don't know when is he gonna fight Takeshita or Takashita. I'm trying to think how to say this. Keep forget how to say his name. Takashita.
It's Takeshita. You said it right.
Takeshita. So everybody kind of building up for that match.
I think so.
But Okada, he not taking it right. He like Gunther and Sami. That's like Gunther and Sami over here. He ain't gonna give it to him just yet.
Feel like that with Okada. Like he's not necessarily ducking, but he's picking and choosing his opponents wisely. I think there's supposed to be a 6-man tag match. The Elite being the Young Bucks and Okada versus Takeshita versus and Kyle Fletcher and Ospreay.
Oh yeah. I think it was gonna call Collision.
I don't know when it is, but I heard there's supposed to be a match coming up. I'm one of the few people who do like Collision because you know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Having a Saturday night wrestling show isn't bad. It isn't completely ideal, but it ain't bad, and I appreciate it. If it's on Collision, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I catch it. Like I said, I did like it when a few times I have caught it. I mostly catch Dynamite, but because a lot of people was choosing between the two shows. Are you a Collider or you on Dynamite?
So I will admit, when Collision first started, I was full on Collision. I thought Collision was a better show than Dynamite. But then somewhere after
The Punk left.
CM Punk got fired, and Ricky Starks lost the match to Bryan Danielson. No, actually, I take it to when Ricky Starks and Big Bill lost the tag title. That's when Collision kind of just became an extended Rampage.
Yeah.
And it just,
So then they had that smaller arena, so yeah.
it's with the small
But they
arena.
doing that for Dynamite too on some of these episodes. It's like, ugh. Because All Out was, I mean, of course it was Chicago. It's going to be full most of the time.
It's a
But
pay-per-view.
All Out was like, that's what you want. That crowd. But these Dynamites with these small crowds and the Collision, of course, with the small arena with a small crowd, it's not looking big time.
You can hear the side conversations of the people in the crowd when there's a promo.
Yeah, and that's what you don't want, man.
Too quiet.
That's what you don't want. But I bet the shows have been good. It's just they need that crowd.
It helps. But real quick, last thing, just be a final thing to this. I think they're going with a closed circuit NWA approach with Dynamite or AEW. That's the reason why the arenas are so empty. I can't explain it. If you ever watched NWA Power back in like 2018 on YouTube, they had a set where the audience was only on one side and the rest of it was like a closed circuit television show. Yeah. I feel like that's what they're trying to do. It doesn't work in a big arena. But I don't know.
No, not at all.
It's just a theory.
Because it just don't seem like it don't make your people stars. It don't take you make your wrestlers stars. Yeah. If you got that small arena and there's and the reactions, it's not gonna get the reactions you searching for.
Because some people, I mean, with the small crowd, if everyone is not getting excited or their excitement is brief, it's gonna feel like no one cares.
Right. And you gotta stop piping in noise like WWE was doing before.
Well, hey, you know what? I don't care. They should pipe in the noise. I am pro noise pipe. Bring in those fake Fight Forever chants.
I don't know. Somebody Fight Forever. We had Mariah May fighting, but it seemed like she's saying something is missing for her. And she said it's what's her name? Mina Shirakawa.
Oh.
But I don't think that's gonna be it. I think she said she's gonna pass Toni Storm, but she needs Toni Storm. I think that's what that's leading to. Because I feel like they rivalry not over yet. She going back to what she was before Toni, or she trying to go back to her Mina. Yeah. But I don't think that's what it is. I think Toni Storm has to come back, and they got to finish that up because Mariah is not feeling fulfilled like she thought she would.
That's the thing I said before when this match ended at All In. Where do you go, Mariah May? Because her whole thing was like, I'm going to take Toni Storm. She took her look, she took her move, she took her title. Now what do? Are you becoming Toni Storm? No, you got to be Mariah May. But who's Mariah May? I got to tell you, through her entire time in AEW, I am still not sure who Mariah May is. I just know Mariah May as a Toni Storm wannabe because that's right. She's all been.
Right, and she's trying to call herself the Glamour. But what does that mean? You kind of is that a playoff of what Toni Storm was or what is?
Yeah,
that Glamour lifestyle, the old school Glamour lifestyle.
The Glamour.
Yeah, that's what she's been calling herself lately.
I feel like she needs a Glamour what? Glamour wrestler, Glamour star, Glamour woman, like Glamour what? I don't know. It's empty. It feels empty, like an incomplete sentence.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna see how it goes when Mina comes back because they always had an intriguing relationship, just like with Toni. She had with Toni, so I want to see where it goes. Like, and I think Toni will come back at some point in this.
All right. Well, over under Mariah May portrays Mina.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, she's trying to butt up to somebody, but I think they got to get her some more heat.
Oh, beat Toni Storm. Well, yeah, she needs more heat because I don't know. Do the crowd like her? I feel like is she cooling off? Like I don't know. Is the intrigue and the story dying down?
I don't know because she keeps saying, "Oh, I'm gonna have my celebration here, but not in this town." Y'all some low life this and that. Y'all ain't worth it. So I'll give y'all a peek of a sexy outfit or this and that. So I'm like, okay, that's
I don't know.
nice, but
Mm,
where's it going?
well, that's the thing, right? Where is it going? Because I kind of like the gimmick of it, where no town is good enough for her. But it's like, yeah, where does this go? I guess if
Yeah,
hometown, it'll be the perfect town.
yeah, but I mean that's because the story with Tony Storm was so good, and now she's not there, so now you're going back to Mina, and we gonna like I said, we're gonna see where it goes. But one more thing I was just talk about with Dynamite, and we're gonna end it off. Is Ricochet had a much better match with Sammy Guevara than he had with Kyle Fletcher. Because I think with Kyle Fletcher, he kind of was looking slow a little bit and trying to get his feet under him a little bit.
I think it's just exciting.
But we finally got Sammy Guevara back off of Ring of Honor. We ain't seen him on Dynamite in a good while, I feel like.
Oh,
And they had a pretty good match.
you know why he doesn't show up on Dynamite?
Who's that?
Sammy Guevara. There is a belief or rumor that Mercedes Moné does not like Sammy Guevara because he made some rather gratuitous comments on a trailer, and that's why it's believed he's not there.
I didn't know P. forgave him for that yet, but I was thinking about that too. They got to be in the same place. But yeah, that's a little sticky situation.
Yeah, no. But you know what? That's not about that. The point is, Ricochet and Sammy did have a good match. Sammy Guevara is a really good wrestler. It's Ricochet. We know he can high fly and do all the things. It was competitive. I am intrigued to see who. I'm intrigued to see who else Ricochet faces. But the one thing I feel like Ricochet is still the same Ricochet. I need to see a guy. I want to see a personality. Like, give me something besides I could jump really high and flip all over the place. You was doing that at NXT, everywhere he went. I need a personality.
Yeah, and I feel like he was kind of trying to show that at All Out backstage when he was talking to Will Ospreay, trying to really be in his face about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'm coming for you though. I'm right here. You talking all that mess about me, but I'm right here in your face. I'm coming for that title.
That's not doing it for me.
But he tried to do it, but I don't know. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. And it's kind of like you fit in here, but will you just merge into traffic? Because you stand out more in WWE because of what you do. But now you're here when everybody else does almost the same thing.
Seriously,
So is this the right place? And will you be a star here?
there's like 5 to 6 people I can name that can do everything Ricochet can do. Like Ricochet still has his own style. But if you were to put on silhouette wrestling, where all you see is the shadows, I don't know if you can tell Ricochet apart from everyone else.
Man, I'm hoping for the best for him because, like I said, I just don't want him to be another one of those guys to where they say, "Oh, just he was a WWE. They didn't use him right. Put him over here. He'll be a world champion." But will he?
Malachi Black, Andrade.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm done. I got a lot more.
It's a number. It's a number. We're not going.
It's a lot.
But because at the end of the day, yes, you are a great wrestler, but personality is king. The mic is king in wrestling.
He is the longest reigning world champion in AEW. But what is MJF most known for? His mic skills.
Right. Either you put with somebody that can talk, or you just gotta have a presence about you that just exudes, "I'm a world champion."
Ospreay.
It's got to be something like that.
Moxley.
So, but Ricochet could find his way in that, and I feel like he's a great candidate for the international title. The what's the title that Okada has?
The Continental Breakfast title.
Yeah. For those titles or the TNT Championship, but is he a world champion?
Well, listen, you know what? Is he a world champion? Look, is Darby Allin a world champion? Is Jack Perry a world champion? I don't know. What's a world champion in AEW? There's 40 belts walking around this place. Who's the world champion in AEW? I'm speaking as a casual.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Speaking of as casual, yeah. But I mean, I think AEW title is mainstay, and it has had some great champions.
Oh, it has.
So it's just those other 3 titles are just where are they in the pecking order? Where are they? That's the continued conversation.
That's the thing I cannot figure out. Like from the International Continental TNT or TBS, whatever title it is, I really don't know which is the next. Like if I'm competing in AEW and I'm not trying to go for the world title, which belt would better suit me if I'm trying to be in that second reign at least to get to the world title?
Yeah. And like I said before, right now it seems like the man makes the championship. Whoever got it that's what's going to be on top. And whoever's the bigger star or showing their best ever, best matches or whatever it is, that's who's second. It goes up and down with those three championships that they have.
Looking at it, yeah, it's not about the belt making the wrestler. The wrestler makes the belt, and that's always been the rule. But at the same time, I would like to know a ranking at least. Give me an ideal of it.
Yeah, but any final thoughts on the AEW from All Out to Dynamite to what we're leading to?
No, not well. Listen, if anything, I will say this: all these shows had great wrestling in AEW, but AEW has great wrestling. I gotta say, from All In to All Out, it's probably been the most cohesive of a story from pay-per-view to pay-per-view that AEW has done. Regardless of how I feel that they're kind of just slapping this stuff together, I do think they are doing a little bit better creatively with their stories. The characters have more depth, more detail. The how we get to the matches is a little clunky, but at least the reasonings are in place and they make sense from a standpoint. So I appreciate AEW focusing better on the story and not just so much on the wrestling. So yeah, I'll say that.
So that's what they need. They need stores to bring people in, but I don't know if it's this shock value stuff, and we will see how that plays out.
Yeah.
But as long as we watch, we want to watch, and we want to continue to talk about this, and man, we continue to talk about this on next episode. But we're gonna wrap this one up, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you from me, Ron G, the professor of wrestling, BJ. Thank you for being here again, man.
Always a pleasure.
Oh yeah, we will see you next time. We love you. Thank you. Peace. Oh, and thank you for 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Next time.